Fortnite Chapter 2 is arguably one of the best updates in Fortnite history. With this new update, Epic has given many players a chance to prove themselves to be one of the best in the game. If you're a player who's still struggling to get their first win in Fortnite, then this video will help you regardless of your skill. There's a lot of adjusting to do with this new season, and so far I have a total of 6 wins at the time of this recording. Anything you hear in this video is how I've been able to achieve these 6 wins. Before we get started, comment down below and tell me what you think of the new season. Is it boring, or do you think it's the best season of all time? And if you guys do want to support me, use my code YTViribus in the item shop, as well as dropping a sub on this video for more tips and tricks content, as well as custom scrim streams which I host on the weekends. If you guys get a high kill win, or just want to send me something cool to feature in my videos, follow my Twitter and send me a DM with your clip or photo and I'll feature it in my videos. We're going to start this video talking about the importance of landing at a spot on the new map where there's the most opportunity. Unlike the old map, this new map screams opportunity. You have spots like Slurpy Swamp where you can actually heal yourself by sitting in the rivers and ponds, as well as the vats of slurp juice inside the factories. When choosing a spot, it's important to land at locations that offer a hefty amount of all kinds of materials. For example, Salty Springs doesn't really have this when compared to POIs like Dusty Docks and Slurpy Swamp. Dusty Docks offers tall buildings to sit on top of when firing at your opponents, as well as a collection of metal to farm with brick as well as wood on the rotation out of the POI. Some players are landing at spots near water to be able to traverse with the new addition of the boat. I highly suggest though that unless you guys are going for a high elimination game, that you stay away from the water as well as staying away from the boats. The boats are a great way to get lasered by controller players since the aim assist tracking with ARs and SMGs is extremely brutal. For players on shore, the boat's rockets are pretty dangerous, and if you get hit by one, you're going to need to start finding a place to hide while you heal. My next tip for you guys today is discover all the locations on the map and learn the rotations. Many parts of your map will be grayed out because you haven't discovered them yet. Yes, you can see the general layout of a location just by looking at it on the map, but by taking the time to go into playground and run around every part of the map, you're giving yourself an advantage over other players. You'll find the best spots first to land at, rotate to, and where the most advantageous parts of a location are when rotating and fighting. I haven't had an opportunity yet to discover all the locations, but I've definitely taken my time when I'm not recording or streaming to travel around the map looking for different spots that could help me out. An example of this was getting my first win, which I unfortunately didn't record. I was in a solo game and actually beat my opponent by sitting in a spot in a river where I could see them, but they couldn't see me, and I hit a crispy 160 headshot with my pump shotgun to get the victory royale. That was just simple map knowledge and game IQ that got me that win. So with that being said, take the time to study the map. This will for sure help you guys speed up the process in getting your first victory royale. My next tip for you guys today is use the upgrade machines. Epic has added in something pretty important and it helps with bad RNG. Weapons can now be upgraded with materials that you farm. If you have a blue pump shotgun, you can turn that blue pump into a purple pump just by having enough materials to upgrade your weapon. So now as a Fortnite YouTuber, I've often stressed the importance of beating your opponents by having more materials than them, and why taking the time to farm materials is important. This is just another great reason why you guys should take the time to farm for more materials. I know it can sometimes be boring, but in competitive matches, using this weapon upgrade could be the difference maker between winning and losing. I have a strategy that I talked about in many of my previous videos that talked about obtaining a win in Fortnite, and that strategy is something I like to call win farming. Win farming is landing late and somewhere where other players won't be off spawn, looting the whole town by yourself and getting close to or exactly at max materials and playing passive the whole entire game until the very last enemy you find. The reason this is called win farming is because you're not going for kills, you're strictly just going for wins. When you have the most amount of materials and the best of the best loot with 200 HP, it's going to be nearly impossible to kill you unless the other player has the same loadout and health situation as you do. You can streak win this way, however there's really not much action since you aren't W-keying any of your opponents at all. Another great way to improve and get more wins is study your own game. When you die, what do you die mostly to? When you win and get kills, how do you play and what weapons do you use when you play good? The trick is to keep your game consistent. With the addition of weapon upgrades, you can consistently get the best of the best loot, so finding the right weapon shouldn't be an issue. When you have max brick and max metal or close to, you can build sturdy structures to fight your enemies from. Building with wood when you have stronger materials maxed out isn't really a smart play. Make sure that you consistently check to see where your material count is at. If it's low, start farming right away. Another quick tip is use brighter skins and avoid darker ones. Darker skins can be easier to see and even can lead to more damage since players have a better visual of you. Getting your first win in Fortnite Chapter 2 can definitely be difficult since the game changed a lot, but with practicing everything I just talked about in this video today, you can definitely see your first win soon. If you guys did enjoy this video, consider subscribing, use my code YTViribus in the item shop, and drop a like if this video did help you out. And I'll catch you guys next video. Peace out.